And now, a little play and affection. Affection, you should understand, is part of the training system. It's used as the reward. Eventually, it becomes an incentive.
I always wanted a German Shepherd. And when the Air Force recruiter says, if you join security police, we'll issue you a puppy, how could I resist? Not everybody going to give you a dog.
Who's King?
You were my dog.
Is that you?
Yeah. Several 100 pounds ago. King, he wasn't a big dog. He was about 60 pounds, but he made up for it in attitude. He just didn't care for anybody, you know. And luckily, I never got bit by him, but you couldn't get too close to him because anybody else he'd just climb right into him. You know, that's just what they trained him to do. So that's what he was going to do. And you walk along with him, and if you watch him, and there's somebody out and they get the wind just right, his nose will come up and his ears will stand straight up and they'll turn right in, and you look right between their ears, and that's where whoever it is. You can follow the ears right in just like a gun sight, right to whoever's out there. Had the responsibilities from the airplanes out through to the flight line, and so you're out there by yourselves. You didn't have anybody around. It was just you and the dog, and you'd walk around and see if anybody dared to come out and visit you. And nobody ever did, but every now and then you'd find a moose out on the flight line, so you'd have to call and divert airplanes till they get him out of there. They were issued to you, and you had to take care of them. You had to groom them, you had to, train them, you had to take care of them. But, well, when you're out there all by yourself, it's kind of comforting to have your puppy around. They're your buddy, and then when you leave them, and each night you leave them here, and then you got to come back the next day, and they're all excited to see you because it's you that they want to see. They don't want to see the other guys. It's you. So that's kind of special. To know that you go over there and you can walk in, and anybody else going to do it's going to get bit. So he was your dog. It's all grown up. I mean, it used to be a mowed area. And with the ramp over here for jumping over the ramp, and somewhere out there I suspect there's a culvert that they went through. Over here like a ladder, they'd jump up and walk along top of the ladder just for their agility training. Yeah, I think it's neat that somebody would think and remember the dogs, because I have a lot fonder remembrance of the dogs than I do some of the people that I was here with.
We love animals. Right now we have 2 dogs of our own and we have a cat. We've had a variety of animals over the past. We actually have some of our pets buried in our property, and we know how important it is for people and the connection they have with their pets. So we thought this would be something good that we could give back to the military personnel. And every time we mention that we're doing the cemetery, no one knows the cemetery is here. So this will raise awareness also about the military dogs. The military men are always mentioned, but never the dogs. What we would like to do is restore it to like the original picture. We want to paint the fence white. We've got the crosses, make sure we have the crosses placed correctly, do the archway and have the name of the cemetery. And we like to put a sign at the end of the road letting people know there is the cemetery down here. Because like I said, this place is just forgotten. No one knows it's here.
For me, it's basically just all of the cemeteries. People have got cemeteries that they keep up with. It's kind of another thing to show our gratitude. It's to bring back something that was forgotten, to kind of, for all the people who dogs are here, just kind of show that somebody else remembers it's here and wants to show everybody else that these guys have fought and their dogs are here, and how basically where it's forgotten but we can still remember.
Some of the trainers still come back and they still come to visit their dogs. And I believe, like, I've had the pets, and my kids personally, they have a connection to the pets. So what I believe is if these handlers had them, even though they were deemed a piece of equipment, they formed an attachment, and then they would follow through to the kids. And I believe that this is something where they can come and honor the memory of their friend, their partner.
Actually, I come down here quite often. I come through here about every 2 weeks, and a lot of times I'll grab my lunch and come down here and just sit here and eat it and remember the dogs.